It's the 2K Sports pregame show, sponsored by Kia.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Great to have you with us on 2K Sports. And Oklahoma City is where we'll be going just moments from now, as the Thunder will be going up against the Washington Wizards. And guys, for the Wizards, they're sitting at 500 over the last 10 games, kind of treading water. They'd really like to make a splash over the next few games. And guys, you'll often hear other guards around the league talk about just how difficult it is to match up against Russell Westbrook. I mean, can you quantify why it's so difficult, Shaq?
Well, he physically punishes smaller players with his strength and speed. He's absolutely fearless and relentless. He's probably the only guard I've seen dunk that thing like he dunked that thing.
Like he really means it.
Yes.
Yeah, Westbrook, there's no way to play him. You can't play off him. You can't defend him. He can take you in the post. His motor is at full throttle all the time.
How's your motor doing right now, big fella?
It's on idle.
Is it? Thanks for the brutal honesty. That wraps it up for us. We'll see you later.
Yeah, take time if a man want to try me.
It's an interconference contest here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, as the Thunder play one at home. This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Beard. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sideline. Wizards will kick off their road trip right here. Well, compared to last season, you'd have to say the start to this season has not been quite what you'd expect. They hope to improve their record with the win tonight, sir.
And when I look at Washington, nobody was calling on them to kind of set the world on fire. But even those modest expectations have yet to be realized.
Yep, any glimmers of hope that may have been there early for them have all just disappeared at this point. It's looking more and more like a season that will not end well for this team.
And Brent, we've gone far enough into the season at this point where we can see a few teams now breaking away from the pack.
Yeah, it's always surprising, Kevin, when it's a team at the beginning of the year that we didn't expect. That's when we get excited about a team coming from nowhere and starting to do great things.
Good point. And now Washington's starting group. Porter and Morris, the duo at forward. Bradley Beal is out there with Jennings. And it's Gortat in at the 5, roaming the paint. Jennings against Westbrook. Kicks it to Gibson. It's stolen by Morris. It's Jennings with the drive, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Jennings has got his team on the board to start the game for Washington. And here are the Thunder now. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
And you guys know how much I love aggressive defense, but in that game, they were just a bit over the top, and it wound up getting them in foul trouble.
That led the coach to make a bunch of makeshift lineups out there, guys playing different roles than they're used to, and predictably, that did not lead to a very precise performance.
Now here's Porter, following the miss by Taj Gibson. Morris a screen. Jennings kicks to Beal. Doesn't go either for Beal.
You can't fault him for taking the open look, guys. Just didn't go in for him. But, you know, he'll look to shoot that one again.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Not going to fall. Starting off slow. He misses his first 3 from the floor.
Yeah, offense sputtering just a bit here. 1 for 4 in the game.
Robertson dishes to Gibson. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
Love to see him thread the needle with that bounce pass there.
Here is Jennings. He had 10 points in the win against Sacramento.
And you could tell the defense was really nervous dribbling or passing the ball anywhere near him in that one. He took advantage of their indecisiveness continually throughout the night, racking up 3 steals.
Here is Gortat, following the score by Oklahoma City.
Surveying the Thunder roster here, and a lot of the players on it were their own draft picks. They've done a great job of identifying some talent late in rounds in the draft. Found a good amount of rotation players even when they were going deep into the playoffs.
And for the Thunder and their draft success, Brent, it's so important as they aren't usually big players in free agency.
Well, that's a tip of the cap you have to give to their general manager to continue to seek out players that are going to complement the team. Just invaluable.
And both free throws good for Beal. And Donovan, coming in from college, definitely had a bit of a learning curve, as all coaches who make the jump have. But, you know, Brent, overall, he wasn't afraid to learn on the fly.
I think he really did a great job of setting up what last year represented in his first year by getting together with a lot of the members of the Oklahoma City Thunder team. In fact, I went to an open gym in the summer of 2015, and I saw 12 Oklahoma City Thunder players working out in the summertime with Billy Donovan and his staff. That's a great way to get started.
Now, here's Westbrook following the miss by Jennings. Oladipo misses.
And they've had some good looks, but can't seem to get it going here. 1 for 5. Tough way to start it.
They grabbed their own miss, and that one's good by Porter.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
And it's a result of the defense not doing its job in the low post, boxing out and preventing second chance points.
Now here's Westbrook. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Knicks in New York.
And he also was really tenacious about attacking the D and creating wide open shots for his other guys. That's why his teammates love him. You always talk about glue guys and guys that do the little things to help their team. Steven Adams is certainly that for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Not a big presence in the box to score. But when you watch him play with his team, he's willing to sacrifice his body, set hard screens, and be a presence on the interior.
First free throw is good. And thinking again on Adams, the scoring isn't what makes him valuable, Brandon. It's his defense and his solid screen setting.
Well, I think it's his idea that the role that he has is something that he's very comfortable with, and he wants to be successful at doing it. He doesn't hurt the team by getting out of his comfort zone.
And so Adams nails both of them.
Well, Adams has his struggles at the free throw line, but he's making strides in that area and still has work to do.
Jennings passes to Beal. There's a screen by Gortat. Off the screen. He doesn't hit that one. Nice D from Oladipo.
You know, he might want to think about deferring for a while. He's had his chances this quarter, but just not able to convert. Oh, Kevin, not a penny, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunnies. Wizards have gone just 2 of 8 shooting so far, just 25%. Outside Jennings. Morris a screen. Jennings kicks to Beal. Porter in the corner. And it's off from three-point range. And our Hall of Famer David Aldridge had a chance to speak with Scott Brooks. David?
Well, Kevin, he expects their interior defense to be airtight. He said rim protection is something we really do well. Our ability to contest shots allows us to become more aggressive on the perimeter. Makes it a win-win. We'll see if all of that holds up for them tonight. Back to you.
Okay, Dave, thanks. So defense, it looks like, coming first for them today.
That's their identity. That's what they're all about. Their defense is really what sparks it.
Yeah, and I think they're going to have to take some chances here. Steals and blocks, anything that could spark a run for them on the other end.
How on earth did they let him get that wide open?
Wizards trail by 3. Outside Jennings. Beal gets a wide open look. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. Now Westbrook, providing around 26.5 points a game, rarely has an off night. Oladipo outside. And that's a foul called on Bradley Beal. That's his first foul.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
And Adams kicks to Gibson. The kick out to Westbrook. No block shot and plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And Washington called for the foul.
Russell Westbrook, one of those players who's a walking triple-double at times, and he loves to pick up his points at the free throw line if possible.
The Thunder have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
He's off on the first. Every year, they'll always put out an NBA survey of who is the toughest to guard. No surprise that Russell Westbrook is almost always at the top of the list in those surveys. He just, Greg, strikes fear in opposing defenders.
And Kevin, it's a result of several factors in terms of why he tops that list. He has the game and the body to punish you for all 4 quarters, and he never lets up in his intensity. And also a knack for putting players who are caught sleeping on posters. It is both physically and mentally draining guarding a guy like Westbrook.
Now, here is Morris. Really played well against Sacramento in his last outing.
Gets one to fall, but only his second make in the first 7 attempts.
Westbrook against Jennings. And Westbrook, here we go. Oh, and he misses the dunk. Washington has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Porter in the corner. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. Porter's got 5.
Wide open there. The defense just completely in snooze mode.
Oladipo dishes to Westbrook. Pass to Adams. Beal with the steal. Right side Jennings. Back to Beal. From the arc. The offensive rebound. Porter. He dishes it to Jennings. There's a screen by Gorton. Morris with the screen for Beal. To the inside. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist from Beal. Morris has got his first points of the night.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder. You see a lot of teams looking to go up tempo, but you've got to have the personnel, Brent, to do it.
And we see some coaches who get really frustrated with teams who don't do it all that well, Kevin. You got to have the right guys who understand what a good shot is in the first 6 seconds of the offense, and then the secondary attack, setting up a half-court defense and taking advantage of mismatches.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Sabonis is checked in. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for the Wizards. Thunder trailing by 6. Outside Westbrook. The pass to Sabonis. Back to Westbrook. To stop the run. Yep, that one goes in there. Westbrook's got 6 points.
A monster drive there by Westbrook. So explosive. Contact phases him not in the slightest.
Morris kicks to Beal. Lets the 3 fly. Drills it from outside. 10 points for him.
I mean, this quarter belongs to him. They got to feed him.
Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Westbrook kicks to Adams. Inside. Here's Roberson. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. Wizards leading by 7. Bogdanovich passes to Beal. Dishes to Jennings. Morris a screen to the right side. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. Jennings has got 3 assists in the game. Oladipo against Beal. Left side Westbrook. Back to Oladipo. Elbow shot. The shot missing. Great D that time from Beal.
Yeah, this is a terrible start for him, and it has to be weighing on him.
Off target from outside.
Yeah, he is struggling mightily, but his teammates in this one have picked him up.
And Robertson has it in the corner. Good work defensively by Morris. Washington's gone 4 of 7 from 3-point range so far in the first. Here's Bogdanovich, and he overshot that one, missing.
Not quite sure why he felt the need to rush that one. He had all the time in the world and just threw it up before he was ready to go.
And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Here's Washington now. They're on a 16-3 run. Pulls up for three, and Oladipo pulls it down. Thunder trailing by 10. Passes it to Sabonis. And he bangs it home with one hand.
And that's what we mean by combo guard skills right there. Kept his head up and found the open man.
Jennings kicks to Morris. There's a screen by Gortat. Beal can't get it to go.
Well, he's seen it before where he can light it up with the best in the league, but right now, he just does not have the touch.
Offensive rebound. Adams' shot is off. Wizards leading by 8. Jennings with the ball. Westbrook picks him up. Jennings kicks to Beal. There's a screen by Gortat. In the corner, it's Morris. 6 on the shot clock. Westbrook with the steal. To the inside. To the paint. Here's Oladipo.
One of those guys who you say 6'4" but plays bigger. Oladipo with the strength to finish through the contact.
And the Thunder with some changes. Cantor checked in for Steven Adams. McDermott comes in for Andre Robertson. And it's Norris Cole in for Russell Westbrook. And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Mahinmi's checked in for Gortat. Jason Smith comes in for Morris. Satoransky's checked in for Bradley Beal. And Trey Burke subbed in for Brandon Jennings. Burke, the pass to Satoransky. Screen by Smith. Here's Satoransky, guarded by Oladipo. Mahinmi kicks to Burke. Shot clock at 5. His three-pointers off the mark. And they're trailing by 5. To the inside, Sabonis. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Love to see passes to guys on the move that are on target. They don't break stride.
Burke, the pass to Satoransky. Screen by Smith. Burke dishes to Smith. He kicks it to Bogdanovich. And again, Washington, no good. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And one of the big issues for the Wizards is making sure they stay fiery on the defensive end. When this team, Greg, gets in trouble, more often than not, it's because they get sloppy on D.
Yeah, and that can hurt them at times. When they don't bother to challenge shooters or miss a rotation, that's when things start to go south. How far this team goes depends on how far their defense will take them. He has got a lot of confidence in his game. You have to if you think you can knock one down from there.
Yeah, and let's not get on him too much, but that shot is also a little irresponsible.
Here's Cole. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Pass to Sabonis. Feeds to Oladipo. Out to the right wing. Here's Cole. And again, it's Oklahoma City. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And Satoransky kicks to Smith. He feeds it to Burke to end the drought. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Burke's got his first 2 points. Oklahoma City trailing. And Cole kicks to McDermott. Oladipo for 3. Rebounded by the Wizards. They're getting their first look at the Thunder in this one.
And in a conference game here, just a 2-game season series.
Yeah, they don't see each other a whole bunch unless they're watching each other on TV. There's always a bit of the feeling out process in this first game between non-conference opponents.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Wizards lead by 1. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And a chance to hear from Bradley Beal. He came from a football family in St. Louis, but said his mother introduced him to the game of basketball at a young age.
She definitely put the ball in my hand. She's the one who taught me my form, my follow through, And still to this day, she yells at me if I miss a shot. So she's kind of a perfectionist, and she definitely taught me how to shoot. She can shoot it, and she still to this day thinks she can shoot better than me.
Maybe some other NBA players should be practicing with Bradley Beal's mom, because she has definitely honed something special into him.
To be sure. I'm just not sure some of the more delicate NBA egos could handle her trash talking once she beats them in a game of horse.
And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Wizards?
You can tell the point of emphasis has been to get to the offensive glass.
Yeah, you see they're attacking from all angles and carving out position in the paint, racing in from the perimeter. You have to box out everyone.
They've got Taj Gibson. He's out there with McDermott. Enes Kanter is out there with Norris Cole. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder.
Well, the defense ready for him there in prevent mode, making sure that he didn't get a clean look at that layup.
Smith, no good.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
All instinctual because he knows where he needs to go and then force the opponent to do something about it.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, we know that the Thunder hired Billy Donovan as its new head coach. In his 2 decades at the University of Florida, he led them to 2 national titles with players like Al Horford and Joakim Noah. A defensive-minded coach, he's developed into a great offensive mind. Fellas, that's what he's trying to bring to OKC. Moving the floor, as he calls it. Creating space for their great scorers to operate.
Ball movement, player movement. That's where the league is going, D.A. Thanks. And again, Washington, no good. Thunder trailing by 4. To the paint. Here's Cole. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Cole's got his second bucket tonight.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Now here's Burke. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. The shot by Satoransky, no good. For Oklahoma City, they've gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. And it's Gibson, that time on the assist from Cole. Gibson's got the game tied up here for the Thunder. And here is Burke, down low. It's good, he scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
I think that's exactly the shot they wanted, Kevin. He can make that one all day long.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Here's Gibson. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Gibson's got 6. For Washington, they've gone 2 of 6 in the field in the second quarter so far. Screen by Smith. Here's Burke. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Kanter's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Cole. Burke covering. And Cole kicks to Gibson. Back to Cole. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Clock at 4. McDermott. And finished off by McDermott.
And guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, G.A. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
Well, we talk about the D. Let's credit the offense. He attacked right there from the moment he saw the opening, not letting the defense react.
And there's the feed to Kanter. Here's McDermott. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Here's Gibson. Rebound by Mahinmi. Mahinmi's got 4 rebounds in this game. Burke with it. Inside. Second chance shot. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the knee.
Washington shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And 74% has been the mark for them on the season thus far.
He misses the free throw. Brett, when you played, you were known for your passing a point forward. Much of the time, it seems that ball movement has really become paramount for the best offenses in the NBA. Would you agree?
I absolutely agree, and I love the fact that you would classify me as a forward.
You could play
Forward,
any position.
Guard, wing.
You could play
wing.
four
it's
positions.
It's a positionless game nowadays,
and
Kevin.
you were
I don't know if you've read articles.
And you were positionless in so many ways.
Sometimes the coach positioned you on the bench.
Unjustly. Thunder have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Outside Westbrook. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, what you have to like about Enes Kanter, defense aside, is that he's an efficient scorer. He's got great instincts to offensive rebound and be in position for somebody to feed him the ball on the inside.
That's good from Kanter. And for Kanter, his play is what everyone envisioned for him when he was taken 3rd overall back in that 2011 draft.
Well, the hopes for every general manager looking at Kanter was that he'd be a great low-post scorer, and that's where he's shown most of his prowess. There and at the offensive glass, where he just simply swallows everything up and puts it back in the basket.
And Kanter drops them both.
And quite frankly, the Thunder are just one of the most dangerous offensive teams out there, but their defense is solid too. A lot of good one-on-one defenders in their rotation, near the top of the league in defensive efficiency.
8 lead changes now, and we're still just in the first half.
And I'm not sure I've seen a game with more lead changes this early.
Gibson the screen. Westbrook kicks to Gibson. Gibson with the screen on Beal. Aprinas the pass to Kanter. Here's Morris. Here's Mahimi. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. And the Wizards lead by 3.
Now he snakes around that offensive glass, played that carom just right.
Outside Westbrook. Here's Kanter. And Kanter throws it down.
Like when his motor is running and he's playing with high levels of energy, Kanter is a monster on the offensive glass.
Burke dishes to Beal. To the middle. Here's Mahimi. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Thunder did a good job of challenging shooters and locking down on D. They also know how, as we've seen, to protect the rim.
Well, a lot of that success last year on the interior has to be given to Steven Adams and the incredible progression that he showed as a center in this league. Really figuring out what it is that his opponents like to do and how he can be effective.
Westbrook kicks to Gibson, and it's Gibson finishing it off.
The awareness of Russell Westbrook to locate the open man and deliver a strike, something he's developing.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
And how about the game plan that was constructed for that one? I mean, it was apparent how powerless the D was to stop it.
Yeah, offensively, they got all the momentum behind them, got the D on the ropes, and they just kept throwing haymakers.
Yeah, it's got to be concerned with all the missed shots here. And every team goes through cold streaks. You just got to figure out a way to stay productive.
You just don't want to get to a point where you're forcing too much, not just letting the opportunities come within the flow of your offense.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Adams, he's checked in for Gibson. And it's Andre Robertson in for McDermott. Washington's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Gord's out with a screen on Westbrook. And here's Jennings outside. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got his 7th rebound here tonight. To the paint. And Adams with the slam.
Not a lot of range on Steven Adams' offensive game, so he understands those limitations and gets to the rack.
Outside Jennings. There's the dish to Beal. Gord's out with the screen for Beal. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And you look at the Wizards, they definitely took a step backwards last season. Went from being maybe a dark horse to get to that conference finals to becoming a team that just had to fight to stay in the playoff mix. So it's going to be interesting to see how they bounce back from the adversity of a season ago.
And that one falls for Beal. And for the Wizards, there were a lot of factors as to why they had a rough season. Lost some key players and dealt with injuries like all teams.
You know, and even with all of those challenges, I don't know that this team is quite as talented as everyone thinks they are. I mean, they do have a good core with which to build around, but you have to temper expectations with this team moving forward.
When you look around, we see a lot more face-up power forwards than in decades past. That's what teams are looking for, wouldn't you say?
I'd say teams are looking for, Kevin, guys who at the 4 and 5 spot can help a team move the ball from strong side to weak side, be able to read some defenses, make proper passes, and then set screens and be a presence on the roll. That's absolutely at the 4 and 5 spot what teams are trying to find today.
But you think players now, Brett, are smarter than they were coming in?
I don't know how to check the report cards, Kevin. No, the players, because of their versatility, and I think growing up not playing back to the basket and being asked to do a lot more things that require guard skills when they come into the game and coaches are asking them to do these things, they're more than capable of doing that.
The shot's good. Jennings making the play. Jennings has got 4 assists now tonight. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
There have been a lot of lead changes. My goodness.
Here's Westbrook. No good that time. Now the Wizards take it the other way. They've led by as much as 10. Bogdanovich, no luck.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
And play stops as it looks like they call an over the back here.
And already his 3rd foul. It's got to be time to get him out of there probably until the 3rd quarter.
For Washington, they've gone 7 of 16, shooting just under 50% here in the 2nd quarter. Jennings kicks to Beal. There's a screen by Gortat. Shoots off the screen. Bank shot, no good.
That was some very intimidating, aggressive defense that really helped alter that shot.
Westbrook passes to Abrinas. Kicks it to Robertson. Fires the 3. Morris with the rebound. The Wizards with the lead. There's Beal with the 3. No good there.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the 1st quarter.
Westbrook with the bucket.
Yeah, that's a Westbrook mindset right there. I'm going through you. He doesn't allow his focus to be shaken, even when the defense gets a little bit nasty.
Jennings kicks to Gortat. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. And the Wizards lead by 1.
This has been a thriller. You cannot say enough about the way these two teams have competed.
I'm just impressed by sheer relentlessness these teams are showing. Neither side giving an inch.
Here's Cantor. Morris with the block. And here they come. Here's Bogdanovich. It's blocked. Out of bounds. Wizards ball as Washington keeps possession. Beal, that's for 2. Sabonis grabs the board.
I don't even know why he's attempting some of those shots. It's just not smart basketball, and he needs to be more patient and let the offense come to him naturally.
Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Here's Beal. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Beal's got 16 points.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
Westbrook passes to Sabonis. He dishes it to Oladipo with the fadeaway. Off the left rim and out.
Well, the defense was right up on him, so electing to go for the fadeaway there to create some room, well, that makes sense.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
For Washington, they have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Roof shots.
Free throw good from Morris.
And you look at the Thunder last season, they were slept on as a contender for the title. Warriors and Spurs, very, very good, but in the same conference. Might have helped the Thunder to stay focused and fly under the radar just a little bit more.
And usually the Thunder are favorites to go deep, and that's exactly what they did last year, all the way to the Western Conference Finals.
Well, you look at what Westbrook represented in Oklahoma City over the past 5 or 6 seasons, and there's no doubt with that kind of talent, you're going to have a chance every year, Kevin, to make a deep push.
And watching Adams go to work out there, he is a bit of an old school big man in the sense that, Brent, he'll throw his weight around and look to intimidate the other team.
Yeah, Adams willing to take on that role, take the punches and take the hits for the rest of his team. And it goes along with his great defensive instincts, I think. His activity down low, certainly a big help for this team's defense.
Norris Cole, he's checked in for Russell Westbrook. And so Adams nails both of them.
Hey, guys, this is the way to stay in the game. They're doing a masterful job from the line. Perfect this quarter.
Jennings for 3. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Sabonis has got his 3rd rebound tonight. And Cole gets to Adams. From 17 feet out. And it's off the back rim. No good. Washington's gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%. But they've continued to let him fly. Oklahoma City trailing. Roberson the pass to Sabonis. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Outside Jennings. Pass to Beal. Morris outside. In the corner, Gortat with it. Just 5 on the clock. Morris a screen. Lets the 3 fly. Jennings with another miss. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, shot A comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operation.
Oladipo the pass to Sabonis. Makes a big high bounce and goes in. Sabonis has got 10 points.
Yeah, they've gone away from the triple as they look to protect this lead.
Tipped away. 23 seconds left in the first half. Here's Cole. Now the pass to Sabonis. And it goes down 2 points. And it's a 4-point Thunder lead.
And that's what you need to do. When you're the bigger man, you have to punish the defender inside.
And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Thunder out in front as they dominate the last minutes of the quarter on an 8-0 run. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Russell, how confident are you that there's nobody that can stay in front of you?
Very confident. I have a lot of confidence in myself. I put a lot of work in the summertime, and I'm very confident.
That is never a problem for you, Russ. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It's an interesting battle going on tonight. Ernie Johnson here with you folks alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. You are watching the 2K Sports Halftime Show, a competitive matchup for Oklahoma City in the first quarter. Some good action during the period as it was just a 1-point game at the end of one. They found their rhythm in the second quarter and have to be feeling good here at the break, holding on to that 4-point lead. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
Well, so far they won the battle of assists. They played more patiently and very unselfish in the first half. good shot selection, and nice flow of offense.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on Washington?
What impressed me the most was the effort they put into the offensive glass. The second chance points really added up for them. Fighting through box outs, battling for position, they owned the offensive boards.
And that about wraps it up, as the second half is just moments away. Now down to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the crew, and we will see you after the game, won't we?
Yes, we will.
Yes, we will.
Welcome back to Oklahoma City, everyone. You can see Chesapeake Energy Arena there in the background as the cars stream down I-40. Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. Bradley Beal having a dominant impact in this game.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
Well, none of the defenders can stay with him in one-on-one situations. Even the team defense breaks down if he's in attack mode.
The Thunder leading by 4. Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. So the Wizards 5 right now. Beal and Porter are out on the wings. Morris pairs with Gortat down low, and it's Jennings in at the point guard. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, it seems at times that Russell Westbrook can put up a triple-double at will. But he said, everybody thinks that I care about numbers and things like that, but I really don't. I don't think about who shoots, how many times I shoot. That really doesn't matter to me. I just like to win. All that matters is if we win. Kevin?
Thanks, D8, one of the most competitive players in the NBA.
Well, watch Robertson play, and you'll see why it is that he's respected amongst his teammates. Great length with his arms, can guard the 1 through 4 position, and blends size and speed. The only thing that you'd like to see is him improve his consistency from the three-point line.
And the first one at the line is good. Thinking a bit more about Robertson and his defense, he can do it all from jumping a passing lane to sending a shot into the third row.
Yeah, so really for him, it's all about timing. Very smart in the way he lines up to block shots and a good sense of knowing when to jump in and help off the ball.
He's off on the second.
Well, there's no doubt he's known for defense and rebounding, but you have to admire the work Robertson has put in improving his shooting stroke.
Morris, no good.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Westbrook kicks to Adams. Oh, went in there and tried to power it down, but drew contact. He'll head to the line.
All stops the dunk there. The best outcome in a bad situation.
And this is his third trip to the line tonight.
Two shots.
That free throw, no good. Good on the second free throw. And for those of you tuning in, we're about a minute into the second half. Poked away. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. And some great passing here so far. Let's check out this chart that breaks down where the assists have been coming from for the Wizards.
And their guards have been the ones to really set the tone here tonight with their ability to create shots. You talk about the big fellas. They love to play with guards who try to keep them involved offensively.
Outside Westbrook. And Robertson has it in the corner. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Roberson's got 6 points.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Jennings kicks to Beal. Now Gortat. He's been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game.
Yeah, they just cannot seem to throw it in the ocean right now. 0 of 3 from the field is not what they wanted.
And it's Otto Porter with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Satoransky's checked in for Washington. Oladipo dishes to Robertson, and there's a nice one-handed slam.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Satoransky. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession.
Let's take a look here at the numbers for Porter. His last 10 games, averaging 9 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
Jason Smith, he's checked in for Morris. Now, here's Westbrook. He's got 8. Gibson passes to Oladipo. Inside, Porter with the steal. Right side, Jennings. Passes it to Satoransky. Here's Gortat on target from 13 feet.
There you go, finally getting one to drop. They have to be a little better now, starting 1 for 5 in this half.
The Thunder leading by 9. Left side, Westbrook.
I see him.
To the paint, here's Gibson. And you can count it, he'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
McDermott's checked in for Oklahoma City. Mahimi's checked in for Washington. Trey Burke comes in for Brandon Jennings. For Oklahoma City, they have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line. That's good from Gibson. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Washington calls timeout.
Way too many shots in close, and he's got to get his guys to cut that down in terms of points in the paint.
Yeah, maybe these matchups aren't the best for his defense. I'm sure he's taking a long look right now at the bench to find some answers.
And clearly, he's in a lot of pain. They call time, and the trainer's going to get a chance to go out and check him over.
Let's take a moment now to check out the top scorers around the league. Russell Westbrook, number 1.
And all you have to do is point to his name at the top of that list. Does that tell the story well enough or what? What a season.
And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Dishes it to Smith. Pass to Satoransky. Screen by Smith. Shoots a 3. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got 11 rebounds in the game. Westbrook kicks to Adams. In the corner, it's McDermott. Rebound by Mahimi.
And after burying 3 straight shot opportunities, finally a miss there. Still feeling the momentum, though.
Took him no time at all on that one. Smith's got his second bucket.
He has such a nice touch for a big man.
He gathers himself so quickly, really has a great instinct for hitting that mid-range jumper.
It's stolen by Mahimi. And here is Burke. Mahimi with it. There's the pick. Here's Satoransky. And it's off target. Not sure why he took that one. Left side, Westbrook. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And Kevin, what's remarkable to me about Westbrook is that as much as he is used in the offensive game plan, I mean, this is a guy that is the focal point in terms of how they're going to play. That's a tremendous amount of pressure on a player, no matter how talented he is.
The free throw drops for Russell Westbrook. And thinking again about Westbrook and his high usage rate, it's incredible, Greg, because he still plays entirely efficient.
It's crazy. I mean, normally the more shots you take, the more your efficiency drops. But Westbrook seems to be free of that. It's a big reason why this team lets Westbrook do so much for them on the offensive end.
And Russell Westbrook drops them both. Wizards trail by 12. Here's Burke to the middle. McDermott with a steal. Cantor inside, guarded by Mahinmi, and it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line. And just thinking about the way Cantor's career has gone, a lot of high expectations early, Brent, and a starting job after he moved teams.
And I think that might be a key for Cantor in the role of being a scoring big man off the bench. Really can play to his strength, and he can take advantage of another team's second unit, maybe not ready or equipped to handle what he brings to the table offensively. And man, this game would shift drastically if he was on tonight and making those shots that we normally see him hit.
McDermott kicks to Westbrook. And it's out of bounds to the Thunder as Oklahoma City retains possession.
Yeah, that's a super defensive play. If that gets through, no doubt they score.
Well, coaches always tell you, if you take a chance, you better get it.
Gibson dishes to Westbrook. Back to Gibson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. And Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
Where was the D on that one? Just too easy.
Wizards trail by 17. And Satoransky kicks to Porter. Smith outside. Nice ball movement by Washington. Porter in the corner. A three-pointer is right on target. Porter's got 12 points in the game.
Well, he's not automatic from downtown, but certainly took advantage of the soft defense there.
Here's Abrinas, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
That one was solid. There's a big difference in the field goal percentages between these two teams here in the second half.
And some of that discrepancy is due to better shot selection. It's really that simple. But I also think they've made more contested shots.
Washington calls timeout.
And they're picking up a lot of fouls already in the penalty. Not a good sign. They need to focus on moving their feet and maintaining a good defensive position.
Cole's check in for Russell Westbrook. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Take a look at the Warriors. Things going their way so far in this season. Right now, they lead the pack up front in the first spot with the best record. And, of course, the Oklahoma City Thunder, 5.5 games behind.
And when I look at Oklahoma City, they haven't packed any big surprises into the early part of this season. They're right in the middle of the NBA's pecking order.
And based on their early returns, it's really hard to see that position changing very much in one direction or another. I see them as a team that's right there in the middle of the pack, but not one that's ready to make any leap this year.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Inside, here's Gibson. Look at that.
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did.
Yeah.
And we felt it. Even over here, we felt it. And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. Cole, the pass to Abrinas. Down low, here's McDermott. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. And Washington making a change here. Bogdanovich is checked in. Wizards trail by 21. He kicks it to Burke. Screen by Smith. Here's Bogdanovich. Here's Mahimi. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
First one falls for him. That misses, so he splits the free throws. The Thunder leading by 20. To the inside. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And truth is, Kanter is a fairly high percentage shooter inside. Sometimes better in this case to send him to the line.
He's shooting free throws, number 4 in 5 here. The first free throw is good. And he makes both free throws.
And of course, in 2015, Kanter signed that enormous max contract, 4 years and $70 million. I think a lot of that investment is in his improvement in his outside shooting.
Here's Bogdanovich. It's good. The assist that time from Burke. Burke's got 4 assists in the game.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of him.
And he's not a guy you can give open looks to. The D has to be better. Got to learn a lesson there.
Over in the corner, Cole. Feeds it to Gibson. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
And he wasn't about to do anything that would get him in trouble there.
Nope, up and in with a one-hand finish, the most basic possible. And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. He feeds it to Burke. Now the dish to Mahimi. Wizards passing it around. Mahimi a screen. Here's Satoransky. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
He's having a tough quarter, scoring the basketball, unable to help them close this gap.
And it's Gibson finishing it off.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. Now Burke. Screen by Smith. There's the triple. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Gibson. And a chance now to review the shot chart.
And this is a grown man shot chart right here. Not too much going on outside, but look at how things are for them in the paint. They are attacking the rim and not settling for the jump shot. And right now it's paying off in bunches. If I'm them, then I'd continue to do the same thing going forward until an adjustment is made.
Here's Mahimi. And it's Mahimi finishing it off.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
Abrinas the pass to Cole. Now the feed to McDermott. Kicks to Kanter. Back to McDermott. And Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Washington calls timeout.
Timeout. Timeout. Start it.
One guy who's getting it done is Taj Gibson.
And he just keeps hitting shot after shot. They need to design a way to deny him the basketball. Make someone else beat you.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Sabonis is checked in. And then for Washington, Markieff Morris comes in for Jason Smith. And Bradley Beal subbed in for Satoransky. Thunder on D. They lead by 24, their biggest margin. Beal dishes to Mahimi. Pass to Bogdanovich. He kicks it to Beal. Takes a three. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Cantor's got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line. Washington making some changes. Gortat has come in for Mahimi. And it's Jennings in for Burke.
One shot, gentlemen.
Well, the Wizards shooting a pretty brutal 29% since the break. Jennings kicks to Beal. It's back to Jennings. Morris a screen. Jennings passes to Morris. Just 5 on the clock. Offline with his three.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Here's Aprinas. Rebound by the Wizards.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
All instinctual because he knows where he needs to go and then force the opponent to do something about it.
Here's Cole. He's guarded by Jennings. And there's the pass to McDermott. It's stolen by Morris. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Here's a look at some stats for Bradley Beal. How his last 10 games have gone. He's averaging 19 points per game, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. And you know, pretty terrific numbers across the board.
The Wizards have shot 70% from the free throw line tonight, 7 for 10. Free throw good for Morris. No good on the second free throw.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Cole dishes to McDermott. Poked away. The Wizards have made 8 of their 12 free throws in this game. First free throw is good. Brandon Jennings hits them both. 1:46 left in the third quarter. Here's Cole. Pass to Sabonis. Here's McDermott. Second shot opportunity. Missed inside. A difficult situation for Washington. And the wide open shot from Morris. They get the rebound. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. Let's use this break in the action to show you the teams that in the last 10 games have been the NBA's best fast break teams. The Thunder in 4th.
I mean, no doubt for me that they've hit their stride the last few weeks. I mean, they are punishing the defenses with that up-tempo style.
The first one falls. And it's interesting, Bogdanovic came over from Croatia a couple years back. He's shown flashes, Greg, of talent, especially offensively, but he's still putting it all together.
Yeah, I think consistency is the key for him. Sometimes he's aggressive, other times he just disappears. Does have good size and strength for a wing, can hit from the outside, also finishes well around the basket. I like to see him create more for his teammates.
Oklahoma City leading by 22. Pass to Sabonis. He dishes it to McDermott. Pass to Abrinas. Feeds to Cantor. 6 to shoot. 11 feet away. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Cantor's got 13.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Morris with the screen for Jennings. Morris outside. And that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds. The Thunder shooting has been great, up over 50%. In fact, 52%. Here's Cole. There's a screen by Cantor. Cantor with a screen on Jennings. Here's Cole. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. 6 points for him.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Jennings wide open. The Wizards with another miss.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And Cole kicks to Cantor. Gortat with the steal. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Thunder out in front, opening up a huge gap. 2K Sports, back in a moment here in Oklahoma City. And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Wizards shooting only 31%. Their offense really struggling to put possessions together. Grant is out there with Sabonis. Then it's Norris Cole. Then it's Kyle Singler. And it's Collison in at the center position. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder.
Downtown marksman. Always a little surprising how consistent he is from deep because he's such a big guy.
Grant gets a wide open look, and he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Here's Washington now. Here's McCullough, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. McCullough's got 5 points now in the quarter. The Thunder leading by 21. They set the pick. Cole, the pass to Sabonis, and Norris Cole is going to pick up the foul. And that'll be his third foul so far. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Collison. Andre Robertson comes in for Grant. Victor Oladipo, he's checked in for Singler. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Cole. Wizards trail by 21. Here's Satoransky. Mahinmi a screen. Smith dishes to Burke. The pass to Satoransky. Just 5 to shoot. Puts up a 3. No good on the shot. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. Here's Westbrook. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's going to go on Trey Burke. And a hot button topic in the NBA right now, intentional fouling. Brent, we've talked a little bit about it. What should the league do to take steps to cut down on the hack-a-player strategies that seem to be more in vogue now than ever before?
Of course, we always say just go up and make your free throws, big guys. But I think strategically there could be something done with the league, Kevin, that can make that rule very, very interesting. I've always thought that if the player as a center or whoever it is you're going to foul stays in the backcourt and never enters the possession, he can't be fouled. When he enters the front court, then you can foul him and put it at the free throw line. So what you're doing essentially, taking a poor free throw shooter and having to play 4-on-5 for a possession if you're willing to keep him on the floor. And from a strategy standpoint, I think it would make it very interesting.
And Russell Westbrook drops them both. For Washington, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. And Satoransky kicks to Mahimi.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
And he can't get the first one. So he comes up empty, missing both. And still a big wish list item for Commissioner Silver, creating a 2 years out of high school requirement for players coming into the NBA.
It's going to be interesting, Kevin. I'm all for anybody who has a talent to do something to be exposed to do it as soon as you possibly can. But for the good of the league, for the product as a whole, I think 2 years in college would be a great rule for our league. It'll save coaches time from teaching these young players how it is to be a pro and to play the pro game.
Dishes it to Porter. There's the steal. Oladipo, the pass to Westbrook. Down low, deflects the pass. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter.
And he's clearly been the best rebounder on the floor today.
His rebound total now in the double. No, that just happened. That ability to attack off the bounce, one of the real strengths of Oladipo's game.
Washington's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Burke kicks to Satoransky. Screen by Smith. To halt the run. Nice D from Oladipo.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Washington shooting 31%, not looking sharp offensively to say the least. Satoransky gets the bucket.
Really led his teammate there. Never once did he have to break his stride or momentum.
The Thunder have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Passes it to Sabonis. He can't get it to go. Smith with the defensive effort. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
That one good for 2.
Oof, that is a tough shot.
Oklahoma City shooting has been great, up over 50%. In fact, 52%. Outside Westbrook. To the paint. Here's Roberson. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And with the new player tracking cameras they have now, so many possibilities, Brent, as far as studying the game, and I'm sure you think that somewhere, somehow, is going to make a difference on the way these teams are conditioned, how they're coached, the minutes they play, and on and on.
I think what it's great for a coaching staff to look at, Kevin, is with regards to specific plays that you run for your ball club, how it is that spatially your players are relating to one another. You can use these cameras to track the distance players are running. You can track where it is that they're setting screens and how effective they are. The list goes on and on and on. But coaches can really dig into the minutia of how it is that their players are coordinating with one another with the use of this technology.
That is a great point. Beal with it. Now defended by Oladipo. Just 3 to shoot. The 3. They get it back. Mahimi. Westbrook with the block. Oladipo against Beal. Oladipo dishes to Westbrook. And the rejection by Mahimi. Smith outside. The second chance effort. The shot by Mahimi, no good. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Here's Westbrook. Count it, number 5 from the 4 this game. He's now 5 of 11.
And with their hot shooting here in the second half, their field goal percentage over 50% now for the game.
Smith sets the pick for Jennings. And another miss by Washington. The Thunder have gone 3 of 7 from the 4 in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Outside, Beal. The shot's good on the assist by Jennings. Jennings has got assist number 7 for him tonight.
Yeah, you would think a coach might have talked to his defense about making the adjustment on him, but right now, he's just lighting him up.
Westbrook kicks to Gibson. The kick out to Westbrook. And Oladipo has it in the corner. The dish to Robertson. Fires from 18. Oladipo misses.
Yeah, he can't make a thing out there right now, guys. If he keeps this up, don't be surprised if his team gives up this lead.
It's back to Jennings. Down low. It's stolen by Adams. Oladipo against Beal. Oladipo, the pass to Westbrook. Here's Robertson. Knocks down the 3-ball. Roberson's got 11 in the second half.
There's no doubt that each year he gets a little better and more comfortable from beyond the arc. That helps Robertson stay on the floor for more minutes.
Misses off the left eye.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Well, Commissioner Adam Silver mentioned at some point they'll look at potentially expanding the NBA draft to 3 rounds. It's been that before in 1988. It used to be, what, 6, 7 rounds?
That's correct.
A long time ago, Brent. Should the league go back to a 3-round draft?
Why not?
But how about some of these names deep in the second round? These are kids that get cut immediately.
Well, you don't have to watch it, Kevin, but it'd be good for the league
but
to have 3 rounds.
we love the league, so of course you watch it.
Yeah, and you know, you think about the hundreds of potential players that can make the NBA, certainly be on the summer league roster so that the teams can evaluate them over the next 3 months before the NBA season gets started. So why not 3 rounds? Well, that's one of his best attributes is his passes hit guys in stride.
Morris is checked in for the Wizards. You look at the elite players in the NBA, a much more tight-knit bunch than maybe in decades past. Brent, not as much animosity as we used to see between players on different teams. Do you agree with that? And maybe more importantly, why is it different now than it was then?
We always talk about the AAU programs and what it is that these elite players are offered up in terms of their early stages of development, Kevin. When you're in 6th grade and you know somebody from D.C. is friends with somebody in Oakland because they get to see one another throughout the course of the AAU programs over the summer and where these tournaments are held, it's understandable that the elite players in the NBA are going to have relationships that exist before they get there. So I don't have any problem with it whatsoever.
Yeah, good job trying to get a hand in the face, but you've got to be more careful.
And he's good on the first of 3. Brent, there's been some talk that the dependency on 3-pointers is bad for the game of basketball. Even Greg Popovich, your former coach, said they weren't great for the sport. Do you see any truth in that?
Well, I think Pop's just upset that he didn't have as good a 3-point shooters on his team over the past couple of years. I don't think so, Kevin. I mean, the game is moving towards the 3-point line and expanding the space and pace type of offenses that we've seen, and teams having great success doing that. It's really hard to fault a team like Golden State, who's the blueprint for that sort of activity, motion, and scoring prowess. That's what teams are looking to do. The copycat league is underway, so more 3-pointers are coming.
Makes it, and it continues to shoot well from the line. Oklahoma City has gotten fewer than half of their 3-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Outside Gibson. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Screen by Adams. Robertson, the pass to Abrines. Up loose off the pick and hammers it home.
Oh, they are putting the hammer down. A huge lead right now.
Case tonight of a game where a team does everything right. Fluid offense, lockdown defense. It's the kind of game you wish you could play every night.
And here's Westbrook from the arc. Oklahoma City the rebound. And Adams kicks to Westbrook. To the inside, Gibson. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
That is fantastic ability while in the air. Can this guy get up there or what?
And Greg, he does not need an invitation. If he's got a chance to throw it down, he'll always take it, huh?
Wow.
I was right. To the middle, here's Adams, and that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Westbrook against Jennings. There's a screen by Gortat. Shoots from the baseline, kept alive by Washington.
And that's a nice job on the offensive glass there. That'll let them work the clock even more.
Well, he now has 4 3-pointers this game, guys, 2 in each half. He's really spacing out the floor for his teammates.
Adams dishes to Westbrook. Brennan, I know you like the NBA D-League, growing to over 20 teams this season. Every team now will have their own D-League affiliate. It makes so much sense on so many levels.
I think it's awesome that we're going to eventually get to 30 teams in the D-League so that every coach has the opportunity to develop his players. You're going to have an assistant coaching staff and a head coaching staff at the D-League that's using the same exact language that you're going to hear if you move up and get 10 days with the big ball club or eventually sign a contract for the rest of the season. That fluctuation for players and for the franchises is going to be very, very beneficial.
The quality of the player coming up through the D-League now has never been better either.
No, he's had some great success stories with D-League players coming up and playing some important roles throughout the course of the regular season. But these affiliations, Kevin, directly with the big ball club are going to pay some huge dividends.
Nice spin off the left rim and in. Westbrook's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Well, that's kind of a signature play from Russell Westbrook right there. Looking at the defense, understanding that nothing's getting in his way, and even with a hand in his face, able to score.
Out of bounds, Oklahoma City takes possession. And the Thunder with some changes. Sabonis, he's checked in for Adams. Singler comes in for Roberson. And it's Norris Cole in for Russell Westbrook. Oklahoma City has gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Back to Cole. There's a minute 34 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Gibson. Brent, you think about free throws, getting a shooting foul is one of the best outcomes offensively for most players, and we've got guys in this league that can really do it well.
Still one of the most important aspects, Kevin, of an offensive thrust is to show the officials during any game that you're willing to attack the rim and go in there with fearlessness. Most of those guys end up getting to the free throw line and shooting very effective shots. You're always looking for 1 point per possession, and if you can step to the free throw line with nobody around you unguarded and knock a couple down, it benefits your team.
How often, though, do you think that's the best shot as opposed to driving, drawing a couple defenders in there, then kicking it out?
Well, I think
what the analytics would say on that.
Well, I think you have to be really selective on who it is that you're kicking it out to. But certainly the free throw is one of the most important shots in the game of basketball. And usually the most aggressive team is going to shoot more on a nightly basis.
So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put, out of control is how they've played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline.
Morris a screen. Gortat, the pass to Oubre. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Gibson sends it back. And they're able to recover. They recover it. Oklahoma City shooting in the fourth has been tremendous, 59%.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Thunder.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone. And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Taj Gibson. Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
And he makes the first. What you like about Gortat is that, Greg, he doesn't have a lot of limitations in his game.
Yeah, and with Gortat, his versatility is what makes him valuable. He can face up and hit a J or play with his back to the basket. Has the speed and strength to stay with all types of centers in the league.
And the Thunder making a change here. McDermott's checked in. And so it's Oklahoma City with it. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Singler outside. To the wing on the left. It's deflected. Gortat with the steal. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris. They set the screen. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
The fans are just loving what's going on here tonight. A really good win for the home team.
Yeah, and good to see that these guys are excited, gave their all, and then some. This is the result of all that hard work.
Now, here's Burke. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Russell, when do you know when to attack and when to lay off, when to pass and when to shoot?
I never know, man. I just see how the flow of the game is going. I try to stay in attack mode. That's what my team wants me to do, and I try to continue to do it.
Well, you're on your A game tonight, Russell. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. Now time to head over to the studio where the award-winning Ernie Johnson is with Shaq and Kenny, all standing by. Guys, take it away.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson, along with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, as we present our Jordan Player of the Game. Taj Gibson took the second half of this game by storm. Time and time again, he came up with huge plays for his team.
His accuracy, wow. I was blown away by how consistent he was throughout this game. There's a part of you that thinks like, okay, another one and another one. It's going to be another one that goes in, and then you realize, you know what, it's just his night.
At the offensive end, he was dominant in the paint. Terrific positioning, terrific feet work, Ernie. You see those feet work? Yes, it is a word, Ernie. Feet work. When they try to defend him one-on-one, no contest.
That's going to do it for our broadcast tonight. We certainly hope you've enjoyed the show, don't we, guys?
It was great.
Yeah. Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and for Kevin Harlan and the entire 2K Sports crew. All 653,000 of them.
Yeah.
Hard-working.
A lot of people.
It's a long line at the buffet, though.
Yeah. Shout out to the T-Pose, man.
Oh,
I don't know his name, but I know his face.
I'm Ernie Johnson. See you next time.